Hey guys, welcome back. Eden Star Early Access coverage. This is episode 3. I'm Enigmius, and today we are gathering materials so that we can hopefully make an assault rifle and potentially some ammunition for that assault rifle, and also finish off the primary outer structure, I guess you could say, for our base. Look at all that stuff down there. Can I get down? Look at all the tennel down there. That's exactly what we need to finish off the assault rifle. We only need 4 more pieces of tennel. Look at it, we got a great big chunk over here too. But what's that? Is that regular bushes or is that danger? There's only one way to find out. All the glowy green stuff, that's fantastic. It almost looks as if we've been here before on account of this wee tiny little tennel deposit. But we'll take it all. And whatever we don't need for the old assault rifle, we can hopefully use for other cool and interesting things. I've been keeping an eye on the development notes for the game, the things that are planned, the things that are in the works for immediate release, basically as soon as they're done. There's a lot. There's actually quite a surprising amount. It pretty much covers every aspect of the game that I've seen so far. We've got new monsters coming out with crazy new abilities. We've got a new building system. New turrets that are already in the game that we just haven't had the resources to build yet. So maybe we'll look into building some of those today as well, because I don't think it's really possible to ever have too many turrets. And just generally all kinds of really neat stuff that's going on. So we're going to be definitely keeping an eye out for that. It could mean, I suspect at some point, oh yeah, multiplayer is very much underway. Production for the multiplayer aspect of the game. I kind of expect at some point there's going to be a disruption in the saves, not because people are going to do things wrong, but because sometimes it's necessary. But we're going to operate under the assumption that the saves are going to be fine until the saves aren't fine, and then we will just roll with the punches and do what we have to do, which usually means starting over. But we'll be a little bit more familiar with the whole process, and we should be able to make our way through it without too much difficulty, considering we're only on day 3. So we did a pretty good job of mopping up all that tennel. Now the question is, can we build it out here? Rifle, we need 100. Create 1. Not enough materials. You require, and 30 protonite. Well, that's good to know. Where, I see. Required up here. And then the base material here. Alright, we can do protonite. Protonite is from trees. So we can, they added new sound effects to the trees. Now they sound like trees that are falling down. It's a little bit unnerving, but it's a good addition for the reality factor. It just kind of makes you look up and wonder whether or not you're going to survive the whole process. Like this here, I would say, if you were a space lumberjack and you were chopping down this tree, cutting out the bottom section so that it just kind of falls wherever, maybe not the smartest thing to do. But it's a hell of a lot of fun, so we'll pretend that the people who developed the system for harvesting wood as a space lumberjack kept that in mind. And there's a little something built in there to make sure that it falls in an appropriate direction. Did we lose part of the tree up there when it fell because it was too tall? I don't know. So a part of our assault rifle is made out of material that comes from trees. I was trying to visualize that in my puny little brain. What material that could possibly be. Oh, here we go. Another one. Falling over. Is it going to go right over the edge? No. That would have been kind of neat and kind of frustrating at the same time, having to chase after our trees. I don't even know how much protonite you get out of your average sized tree, but we can find out right now. Weapons, assault rifle, 17 out of 30. So we're halfway there. It's like this whole plateau here was created specifically for the purpose of giving you enough materials to make an assault rifle. And we'll grab these guys. Do we have any other trees over here? No, not really. We can go down here, jump across. How are we doing for time? 8 minutes until nightfall, so I don't know exactly what we're gonna have come nightfall. There's some bridgemanite right there to the right of the tree that we're it's so much fun. Oh, here we go. As the whole idea that I'm going for with our base is basically to seal up the Eden kit so that monsters have to go through some part of the structure before they can just start raining hell down upon the kit. Now, as far as I know, you have to leave the block directly above the Eden kit clear. The part, if you can imagine the beacon of light that shines up out of the Eden kit. None of that can be blocked with structural elements as far as I know, but everywhere else you can kind of surround it and kind of protect it that way. So if we can get the structure built to seal that off, and then maybe build some extra turrets and put those on the very top, a couple of turrets up top to block the guys who are just kind of hovering directly above, trying to shoot directly down at the Eden kit. That should be, I think, for at least the time being, a pretty robust structure that we won't have to worry too much about at nighttime. We can, you know, do our gathering during the day, and then in the evening we can be reviewing recipes and figuring out what we want to make and what we need. Make what we can and then come up with a plan for the next day kind of thing. Until, you know, things go absolutely crazy and the newest, greatest, meanest monster comes around and basically destroys our entire structure with one hit, and we die because we weren't expecting it and we were being lazy. So bridgemanite, this is going to be the material that we use for the last few blocks to seal up the Eden kit. And we'll just double check before we leave the area to make sure that we also have our protonite quota. And then as night falls, we can take a look and see what we're going to need by way of materials for ammunition for the assault rifle. Because I can't imagine not needing ammunition for it if we need ammunition for the pistol. And we're going to need a lot of ammunition if the pistol was any indicator. So we'll just kind of keep that in mind as well. How are we doing? 5.5 minutes. I also want to take a look at some of the upgrades for our RMB, our wrist gear. I read what the acronym stands for, but I'm not 100% sure anymore, and I have to double check because it'd be easier to call it the RMB, but people could be wondering what the hell does that stand for. So we'll find out. Oh, the bridgemanite. This is a surprisingly large deposit. I'm quite confident that this will provide us with enough bridgemanite to finish the main outer structure. And we're pointed in the direction of our base. So as soon as we're done with this, we can head off over there. Yeah, you can see the beacon from here. We're not that far. It won't take us long to get back. That was a pretty productive trip, and we never even made it down onto that plateau that had all, I think there was like at least 3 tunnel deposits. Which is good, because it's nice to have that kind of thing to look forward to in reserve, as opposed to having gathered everything that you've found and needing to find more, because sometimes in a survival-based game, that's the worst-case scenario, because if you don't find it, you could be in trouble. So that's good. We don't need to gather these bridgemanite deposits. Don't need to be looking over there. Here we are. It's kind of taken shape. It's nothing spectacular. We're not going to be winning any points for engineering, design, or you know, artistic merit, but I think it's going to be adequate for our purposes. We're just going to get up here where it's a little bit brighter, and we can see we've got one turret there and another turret there. We're going to make our base stuff first. We're going to make cubes, bridgemanite, cost per unit, blah blah blah. Let's just do 10 for now, and then we have some bridgemanite in reserve in case we need it for something else. And so we're gonna go construction mode. All right, bridgemanite cube. There's a cube. There's a cube, and a cube, and a cube, and a cube. So now this is all completely sealed off, except for this one spot directly over here. Now, if we go down in there and we want to get out, we're gonna have to cut a hole, which is not necessarily the smartest scenario, but when we do it, we can actually kind of figure out how we want to manage it with panels so that it's just a temporary hole, and then we'll close it up and it'll be fantastic and safe and wonderful. So while we're up here, we might as well... Oh, that was kind of cool. We might as well just build this out a tiny bit. And of course, we ran out on the very last thing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So we need 1, 2, 3 more of the cubes, primitives, cubes, bridgemanite, 2, 3, create. Haha. And there's 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. How are we doing this relative to our turrets? Because I don't want to be blocking those off too much either. That's kind of the opposite of the goal here. So the turrets still have... I specifically built them out so that they sit out from the structure instead of just sitting right down here in the corner, so that they can get better coverage. So this one is basically covering the whole of this side and the whole of this back side, and then the other one is covering the whole of the front side and the whole of this side here. So the only place that doesn't have turret coverage right now is this spot directly above the structure, where these ones might not have such an easy time of reaching. They can reach most of it, but not all of it. So now we're gonna, for tonight, we're just gonna stay up top here where we can see what's going on. We will help the turrets if necessary, and we have 19 rounds left in our pistol. Hopefully, weapons, assault rifle. Oh, we did get enough pro tonight. That's fantastic. Cost per unit, blah blah blah. Make it with the tunnel, yes. Power source disrupted. Does it change? No. As far as I know, they're all the same, depending on the material that you use to make it. I don't think that changes now, but it looks like this system is in place so that they could change up the various different components and modules and things like that in the future. Access via the equipment menu while standing near any Eden kit. Oh, jeez. Whoa. What the hell? That was crazy. That was kind of what I was talking about earlier, thinking I was being funny guy when I said you're just kind of doing your thing and all of a sudden your entire base is destroyed. What a bunch of jerks. And we don't have any ammunition for our assault rifle. But our turrets are doing a pretty decent job of protecting us up there. Holy cow, that was quite the assault that just kind of appeared out of nowhere. I'm afraid to open up the crafting window. Actually, we're afraid to open it, but we're going to open it anyway. Equipment? Is this the one we want? Weapons. Pistol. Secondary. Rifle. Equip. Haha. Oh, there we go. We've got 30 rounds in our assault rifle, but we don't have the means of actually getting back up on top of our base. We kind of left that part out. It wasn't part of the plan. We weren't necessarily expecting to have to dive to cover in here. Holy cow! We got less than 2 minutes to go. So far as I can tell, the turrets are doing an excellent job. Uh-oh. We're taking fire. We're taking fire in this corner. I don't know how easy it was to see because there's a little gap right here. And he was shooting. So we're going to have to do a little bit of structural evaluation at some point. And now... Okay. The turret was having a hard time tracking him and he was just shooting. And it didn't sound as though for a little while there the turrets were going to be able to do anything about it. That was a little bit nerve-wracking. Eden kit in danger. It's always in danger. It's the nature of the Eden kit. How do we want to allow ourselves to get out of here without creating a gigantic hole through which the enemy can crawl? I have an idea. We may have enough materials to pull it off at the beginning of the next episode, provided we survive. Look at this, there's 4 bad guys, and they're opening fire again. 5 bad guys. The turrets, oh, there we go. Oh, that's handy. We're just trying to hold it together until the sun comes up. 20 seconds. Why do I get the feeling our turrets are badly damaged, if not destroyed? Oh. Oh, you sneaky bugger. There he is. Much better than the pistol. That's got to be said. But still, they're just swarming all over the place. There's 4 of them still out there. We've destroyed 2. The turrets have given up. They've had enough. And it's daytime, and the bad guys, I think, are, if we're lucky, going away. Wow. That was crazy. So now what we need to do is we need to switch to the reclaim materials. What? There we go. What the hell is going on out here? Now they're just hanging out. Can I grab him and just slam him? Yes. I can grab him and slam him into the ground. That guy's a little too far away for that. That kind of abuse. Oh. This guy's trying to be some kind of hero. Oh my good lord. They're very unhappy with me. My turrets have got to be toast. That's the only reason I can think of to justify why these guys are basically free to run around and do whatever they like. Oh my good lord. Splat, Hulk smash on the ground, off the tree. Eden kit in danger. He's bouncing around. What the hell is going on up here? Turrets destroyed. Wow. You guys are the biggest of jerks. Let's get up here and take a look. Both turrets destroyed. That would explain why they weren't shooting anymore. Next episode, we need to fix that. We need to get more turrets in place, not just 2. We need, I would say, 4 to 6. So we're going to be looking at the materials we need for that and then we're going to go and grab the materials, build them, get them in place, and hope we survive the next night, because night 3 was kind of rough. If you want to be notified when I add that video, you can subscribe to my channel, follow me on social media. Links for social media always in the information box below the video. Please leave your comments and feedback. Thanks for watching, guys, and take care. Hulk smash, you son of a bitch.